references to disability, and this augurs very well for the United Nations, as the MDGs, as you know, omitted reference to the over 1 billion persons with disabilities in this world. Dear colleagues and friends, the year 2014 is drawing to a close. Soon, we shall start the third year of the Asian and Pacific Decade of Persons with Disabilities. The 10 Disability Inclusive Development Goals, which represent the first set of disability goals that the world has ever proclaimed, covers areas of primary concern to WBU. They include poverty reduction and employment, participation in decision-making, accessibility, social protection, early intervention and education, gender equality and women's empowerment, disaster risk reduction, data and statistics, the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, and regional and international cooperation. The Incheon strategy is based on CRPD principles. It is fully in line with the spirit and content of the CRPD. It seeks to accelerate the ratification and implementation of the CRPD in Asia Pacific, and is specific to the Asian and Pacific region. To guide its effective implementation, ESCAP established the Working Group on the Asian and Pacific Decade of Persons with Disabilities 2013 to 2022. There are 30 working group members. Of the 30, 15 members, that is 50%, represent DPOs and organizations for persons with disabilities, and the remaining 15 members represent governments. WBU and its close partner, the DAISY Consortium, are among the civil society members of the working group. We were delighted that Ms. Michiko Tabata represented the WBU at its first session of the working group held in Incheon, Republic of Korea this year. Furthermore, to promote implementation of the Incheon strategy, the governments of the ESCAP membership adopted this year a roadmap. This means that 62 member states made a commitment to translating into specific action the provisions of the Incheon strategy. The roadmap lists actions to be taken at national, sub-regional, and regional levels year by year towards the midpoint of the decade in 2017. Through taking actions specified in the roadmap, it is hoped that the Asia-Pacific region will have statistical data and information that clearly indicate the extent of progress made in the implementation of the 10 Disability Inclusive Development Goals in the Incheon strategy. For too long, the lack of accurate disability data has hampered progress towards disability inclusive development. So it is very important for each government in our region to have an action plan on data collection on the 62 indicators in the Incheon strategy. The very first national actions to be taken are the designation of a focal point on Incheon strategy implementation and the production of the Incheon strategy in accessible formats. There is wide scope for civil society organizations to cooperate with governments in pursuing actions at all levels indicated in the roadmap, and clearly, there is an important role for WBU and its members in Asia and the Pacific. At the national level, would WBU members initiate action towards ensuring that the Incheon strategy is made available in accessible formats? Would WBU members stand ready to work with government focal points to promote disability-inclusive policies, programs, and action plans to implement the Incheon strategy? And just as WBU members have led in so many instances, once again, would WBU members form strategic alliances to ensure timely and systematic collection of data on the 62 indicators? Thank you. WBU experience and expertise in strategic campaign advocacy could be of pivotal importance as the Asia-Pacific region stands at this critical juncture for timely implementation of the Incheon strategy. I hope that everyone here is keenly interested in progress on the CRPD. As some of you know, Target 9A of the Incheon strategy states that by the midpoint of the decade, that is 2017, 10 more Asia-Pacific governments will have ratified or acceded to the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Following the adoption of the Incheon strategy in November 2012, 8 countries in our region have ratified the CRPD. The first country to do so in December 2012 was Cambodia. Cambodia was followed by Georgia, then Japan, then Kiribati, Palau, Papua New Guinea, Singapore, and Tuvalu. It is expected that Vietnam will be the 9th country to do so when it ratifies the CRPD next month. So thus, 3 years ahead of the deadline, through advocacy by all of you and all members of the community, just one more ratification will enable Asia-Pacific to fully meet its CRPD ratification target in 2017. Dear colleagues and friends, SCAP will continue to provide a platform for civil society consultations with governments and for continued advocacy aimed at building Asian and Pacific societies that are disability inclusive. On accessibility, I am pleased to inform you that SCAP, with financial support from the government of China through the China Disabled People's Federation, Persons Federation, is implementing a project on Goal 3 of the Incheon strategy. Next month, SCAP in cooperation with the government of China, as well as the government of Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and the government of Macau Special Administrative Region, will convene a 10-day accessibility training program for around 80 senior officials from SCAP developing and least developed countries. The participants will have opportunity to experience firsthand barrier-free features in the physical environment and diverse modes of public transport. A rich program of field visits has been arranged in close cooperation with partners in 3 cities in southern China, namely Guangzhou, Hong Kong, and Macau. Learning needs will also be addressed through technical seminars. We're very grateful to the government of Hong Kong Special Administrative Region for supporting this program. Next year, the project will focus on access to knowledge, information, and communication. SCAP has initiated informal consultations with the DAISY Consortium concerning technical contributions to ensure the successful outcome of the accessibility project. Friends of Asia-Pacific Disability Movement, let us work together to break barriers to disability inclusion. Let us make the right real. I wish you a very productive midterm regional General Assembly, and thank you very much for including me in your program.